Okay, so this was the homework that you guys got. But I want to quickly talk about the sum to infinity, oneindig. And the sign looks like that. Okay, so first things first, let's look at the formula. The sum to infinity will be a over 1 minus r. If r is less than 1 or greater than minus 1. Okay. Now, if r is between minus 1 and 1, dan sê ons hy konvergeer. Nee? The English, just check in your textbook, I think it's convergent. Page 17. Look at the worked out example number 2 and then question 1 there. It says for which values of k will the converge? Okay. So converge of convergeer. So maak net daar vir jou notaatjie. Convergeer of is it like that? Converge? Okay, good. So, kom ons kyk gou-gou na som. So I'm going to say find the sum to infinity of 4, right? 3, 9 over 4. Okay. Up until infinity. Next. Okay, so what do we need? We need A and R. Okay, so A was that 4. Now we need the R value. And R value, how do we get that? We say term 2 over term 1, which means it would be 3 over 4. Is julle nog reg? Okay, so dan gaan stel ons in. So the sum of infinity will then be, en kyk gou-gou, sien jy R is tussen minus 1 en 1. It is between minus 1 and 1. Right? So it does converge of that convergeer. Right? Okay, so A was 4 over 1 minus the R value of 3/4, which means that the sum of infinity would be 60. Is julle reg? Goed, kom ons doen gou nog enetjie. Can I skip? Sien, nou begin dit weer vir my warm raak. Kom ons noem dit ouderdom. Okay, hands up, you still copying? Right, so example 2. I'm giving you 8 minus 2 plus a half minus 1 over 8. Find or calculate the sum of infinity. Right, so my A value we've got, A is 8, R value we still need. And how do I get that? I'm going to take term 2 over term 1, meaning it's going to be minus 2 over an 8, or 8, sorry, which means, yeah, that it would be minus a quarter. So dan gaan stel ek in the sum of infinity. At the top I want the A value, so 8 over 1 minus R, so minus a quarter, so it becomes plus a quarter. Is julle reg daar? Okay, and that means that the sum of infinity would be 32 over 5. Now, we can only work out the sum of infinity if it converges. As dit konvergeer. Met ander woorde, moet wees tussen 1 en minus 1, né? So if it's not between 1 and minus 1, then it means you can't work out the sum of infinity. Okay. You guys all understand that? All right. And over here, my R value was minus a quarter. So is it still between 1 and minus 1? Yes? No? So that's why I could go and work out the sum of infinity. Okay, goed. Kan julle gou vir my enetjie self probeer? Nee, kan ek maar skip? Okay. Quickly do that one. Are you done? Yeah. Is hier klaar? Okay, so first things first, I need the A value, and that was 16. I also need the R value, and to get that, I'm going to take term 2 over term 1, meaning 8 over 16. En dit vereenvoudig is mos 'n half. Nee. Right, jy kon term 3 op term 2 ook gevat het, same thing. Okay, so R is a half. Convergeer dit? Does it converge? Yes, because it is between 1 and minus 1. So we can go ahead and say 16 over 1 minus a half. En dit gee vir jou 32. Who got 32? Good. Jy gekry? What? Right. Het jy nie gedoen nie. Kan ek skip? Goed, kyk gou vir my hier. This is now example 4, nee? Okay, kan ek maar doen? Right, so we need our A value and our R value. So A was -4, okay? R, I get term 2 over term 1, meaning 6 over -4, and that simplified gives me -3 over 2, or -1.5. Is that between -1 and 1? So could I work out the sum to infinity? No. So you must say that it does not converge. Jy kan sê, ek gaan nou sommer net vir jou in woorde skryf. Lê nie tussen 1 en -1. Dus nie konvergeer nie. It does not converge. Okay. So please make sure before you go ahead, always go double check. Is R between -1 and 1? Okay, so then I've got a last example and then I'll give you homework. And you've got lots of time to do that. Kan ek maar skip? Okay, this is now example 2 in your textbook, which is on page 17. But they say there that 16k plus 8k squared plus 4k kwadraat plus, and then it goes on and on and on. Hulle sê vir my, kyk na die volgende reeks. Number 1, for which values of k will the series converge? Vir watter waardes van k sal die reeks konvergeer? Met ander woorde, the value of k, what would it be if the r is between -1 and 1? No? So I'm going to work according to this principle, where r is between 1 and -1. Okay, so let's first go and get what would r be. So nou gaan ek sê, r gaan wees term 2, so the 8k squared, over term 1, which is 16k. Is julle nog reg? As ek dit gaan vereenvoudig, you will see that we end up with k over 2. Do you guys agree? Goed. Ek gaan net gou dit bietjie daai kant toe skuif. Okay. Good. So now that we know what r is, I'm going to put that k over 2 instead of the r. So nou gaan ek sê -1 moet wees tussen, of k 2 moet wees tussen -1 en 1. So we first get our r value, and because we wanted to converge, I'm going to put that r value into that little expression. Okay. No, they want to know for which values of k. So I have got to get rid of that over 2. And how do I do that? I'm going to say, wat gaan ek doen? I'm going to multiply with 2 throughout. So dan gaan ek hê minus 2 k 2. Do you guys agree? No? Okay, in other words, k will be between 2 and minus 2. Then it means that it will converge. Is julle reg daar? Any questions? Goed. So that was number 1. Oh, yeah. Okay, then question 2. It says, calculate the sum of the series to infinity if k is equal to minus 1.5. Right, so nou sê hulle vir my wat gaan k wees. Nee. Kan ek maar gou skip? Okay. So they say k is the number 2. Let's say k minus 1,5. Right. So my original equation was 16 k 8k kwadraat 4k to the math 3. Okay, but now we're going to substitute in that k value so that I can weet wat my waardes is. Nee. So I'm going to say 16 minus 1,5 plus 8 minus 1,5 squared plus 4 minus 1,5 to the power 3. Wat beteken dat my nuwe enetjie gaan dan wees minus 24 en dan weet ek nie. And 18 and minus 27 over, 2. Right, so nou het ek my reeks. Nee. Okay, I've got my series. So, to work out the sum to infinity, I'm going to need A and R. Okay, so A, we just worked out, would be minus 24. Now I need R, and that will be term 2 over term 1. So 18 over minus 24. And that gives me, of jy kon eintlik net minus 0,75. You could also have said just k over 2. Kom ek skryf gou daar vir jou, or R would be minus 1,5 over 2 because it was k over 2. Onthou julle? Nee? And that's also going to give me minus 0,75. Okay, so because I've got both those values, now I can go work out the sum to infinity. R is borderline, and at the bottom, 1 minus 0,75, which means that it would give me minus 96 over 7. Any questions? Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Moet ek vir? Nee, hulle het vir my gesê, kyk gou daar in jou handboek by die uitgewerkte voorbeeld 2 op bladsy 17. Daar sê hulle by nommer 2 sê hulle vir jou bereken die som van die reeks tot oneindig as k is gelyk aan minus 1,5. So hulle sê vir my, as dit is, want onthou k moet mos nou tussen minus 2 en 2 lê. En hulle sê vir my, want dit kan enigiets tussen daai. So hulle sê vir my, as k minus 1,5 is, dan werk uit die som van. Okay, so hulle het my dit gegee. Kan ek miskien? Any other questions here? So would you guys be fine with the sum of infinity? Onthou net, som tot oneindig, omdat daar 'n R is, because there's a R, we use this with geometric, né? Jy gebruik dit by meetkundig. Okay, daar's geen R by rekeningkundig nie, né? Okay, right, so the homework. Die huiswerk is oefening 7. En dit is op bladsy 17. Daar's 4tjies, 1.2, 1.4, 2 en 3. Right, those 4. Right, dan het jy